Hey everyone, and welcome to Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Williamsburg, Brooklyn is one of New York City's most vibrant and ever-evolving neighborhoods. Williamsburg's story begins in the late 18th century when Richard M. Woodhull purchased land and established a ferry connection to Manhattan, setting the stage for this area to transform from a rural outpost to a bustling city in the mid-1800s. Williamsburg, Brooklyn became its own city in 1852 and was annexed by Brooklyn in 1855. Over the years, Williamsburg became a melting pot shaped by waves of immigrants from Irish, Germans, Italians, Eastern European Jews, and even Puerto Ricans. Each individual group leaving a unique mark on the neighborhood's culture, architecture, and traditions. By the early 20th century, Williamsburg was among the densest and most diverse areas in New York, with thriving Jewish, Italian, and Hispanic communities. The 20th century also saw industrial decline, the construction of public housing, and the division brought by the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway, or the BQE. Starting in the 1990s, Williamsburg underwent a dramatic transformation. Artists, musicians, and college graduates were drawn to its large, affordable loft-style living, seeding what became a major wave of gentrification right here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Old factories were converted into condominiums, and homes were updated, while trendy boutiques, acclaimed restaurants, and lively music venues popped up throughout the neighborhood. This gentrification brought new energy and investment, but also significant change and displacement of longtime residents. Today, Williamsburg is a symbol of Brooklyn's creative spirit and urban revival. It's known for its thriving arts and music scenes, independent shops, and stellar food, such as the very famous Peter Luger Steakhouse, which we're going to be checking out on today's walking tour. You'll also see the Smorgasburg Food Market and some of the city's most exciting nightlife. The neighborhood blends historic row houses, converted warehouses, and striking modern architecture, all set against the stunning views of Manhattan's skyline. Williamsburg, Brooklyn stands as a testament to New York's ever-changing character, a crossroads of history, culture, and innovation right here in New York City. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this walk started of Williamsburg, Brooklyn. We just got off the J train here at Marcy Avenue. This is the first stop right as you cross over the Williamsburg Bridge from Manhattan to Brooklyn. In the distance over here, you can see the entire skyline of Queens that's looking over towards Long Island City, Queens. You're about to see the J train pull into the station right now. So the J train will take you all the way to Jamaica Center, Queens. Jamaica is also a major transit hub for the Long Island Railroad. And you could even get the air train to JFK Airport. It's really kind of stunning when you think about the gentrification of Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Williamsburg now has some of the highest rents in New York. There's also a very large Jewish community here as well. I used to do a lot of consulting with many of the major home health care institutions that have offices in Williamsburg, one of which is called Nursing Personnel Home Care. One of the best steakhouses in New York City is going to be coming up soon on the walking tour, which is Peter Luger's Steakhouse. I believe it's still cash only. Now, I will warn you, Peter Luger's is rather expensive. I would even say it's probably one of the most expensive steakhouses in New York City. In my opinion, the quality over the last few years has gone down, and the prices just continue to go up. In a moment here, you'll be able to see the main sign for Peter Luger's. A 135 years it's been in business. And they've opened up additional locations as well. I believe they have a location on Northern Boulevard in Great Neck, New York, on Long Island. And if you travel to Las Vegas, you also have a Peter Luger's Steakhouse location. Now, as you can see here, if you look down the block, it does still feel a little bit urban, if you will. Maybe a little bit rough around the edges, but you're starting to see a lot of luxury condominiums and a lot of luxury rental buildings come up, as well as luxury office buildings. You can see one under construction right now. And I think over the next couple of years, you're going to see a lot of these old pre-war buildings get bought out, and in its place, you're going to have these brand new, glass encased facade office buildings, luxury condominiums and rental buildings go up. Right here you could see the M train as well as the J train coming over the Williamsburg Bridge. This is Roebling Street, and we are about to pass right in front of the very famous Peter Luger's Steakhouse. I'll try to zoom in on the sign for everybody. But there it is, established in 1877, famous for over 135 years, right here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Very cool. As we kind of meander down the side streets in Williamsburg, you're going to notice a very, very large Hasidic Jewish community. I believe this is one of the largest Jewish communities in New York City right here. So you'll have a lot of kosher options for dining, a lot of original kosher grocery stores and the like. Quite the windy day in New York City too. Now, if you want to talk about pricing in terms of the real estate here in Williamsburg, the median sales price of a home in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, is around $1.4 million. That's as of July of 2025. Those prices are actually up 4% compared to last year. Now, coming up on Driggs Avenue, we are going to walk by Peter Luger's. Has a pretty cool view of the Williamsburg Bridge in the background. And you'll also see very cool architecture on the Williamsburg Savings Bank too. Check that out, very cool. It's only going to be a high of 68 degrees today in New York City. You can see here's the main dining room. I used to work just around the corner here. We'll go explore and kind of reminisce on my old stomping grounds. I really like the facade of Peter Luger's, by the way. It's this bright red brick facade, pre-war building. It's really quite nice. You could walk across the Williamsburg Bridge as well. It's a really nice walk, but it is loud, let me tell you. Now, the median price per square foot right here in Williamsburg is roughly $1,610 a foot. That's up 7% year over year. And as you look in the distance, you'll be able to see more new luxury condominiums and luxury rentals that have been going up. So you're really starting to see how the neighborhood is transforming right before our eyes and continues to be gentrified to this day. Especially as you go down towards the water. That's when things start to really become quite apparent of the gentrification in the neighborhood. Another interesting fact is that homes typically sell within 38 days here in Williamsburg. That's faster than the 48 days last year. About 118 homes were sold in July of 2025, slightly higher than the previous year. And that's been a real trend for Brooklyn as people escape Manhattan in search for cheaper rents and more space. Williamsburg has also become a very trendy neighborhood as well. And I think as more people continue to move here, you're going to continue to see the prices become bid up. We're now on the corner of Bedford Avenue and Broadway. Once again, for those of you who are following along on Google Maps, We're on the corner of Bedford Avenue and Broadway.
You know who I'm going on a date with? Oh, you'll like this. Remember the blonde girl I was talking to when we went out? There was a blonde girl. I think, okay, I think what she girl. Like, it was a lot. Yes. I've been talking to her. Yeah. I've been talking to her. She lives in Brooklyn.
Here's a really nice shot of all those original pre-war buildings. We're coming up on the corner of Berry Street now. We're heading closer and closer towards the water. And we're going to have some pretty amazing views. There in the distance you can see some of the newer high-rise buildings, but also up and down Broadway. Like you see here, these are all brand new rental apartments and condos and such. Again, like I've said, you're starting to see a lot of those old pre-war buildings get bought out, and real estate developers are now building brand new product right here in Williamsburg. So you can see that project across the street. And this building looks like it was just recently purchased. And maybe they're going to tear this down. I'm not too sure, but it's commercial and residential. Looks like they just did a really nice facade restoration here. So perhaps they'll keep it. I mean, it looks really nice and brand new. But some of these older buildings, like you could see here, I'm not too sure how much life they have left in them until potentially they're redeveloped. This actually looks really nice. Anticipated completion of the winter of 2025. Now maybe you're wondering how much it costs to rent something like this. Right, if you're walking through Williamsburg, maybe you like what you see. What can you possibly expect to be paying for rent here? Well, the average rent for an apartment in 2025 is around $3,961 a month, with the average apartment size being 547 square feet. Right here in Williamsburg. Here's a coffee shop, social house, espresso bar. Now, if we want to go a little bit further into detail, let's say you're a single guy or a single girl moving to Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and you only need a studio apartment. Well, you could expect to pay between $3,800 and $3,900 a month. If you're a family and maybe you need a two-bedroom, you could expect to pay $4,900 to $5,000 a month and up, depending on how luxurious your building is, if it has luxury amenities and things like that. So the Williamsburg of 2025 is definitely not the Williamsburg of 1995. Let's just say that. Many of you watching this broadcast, maybe you were born and raised in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, right, in the 80s and in the 90s. I can guarantee you never expected that a one-bedroom apartment would be going for $5,000 a month in Williamsburg. Since we have the light, we'll quickly cross. These are relatively new rental apartments as well on the left. But check out how cool those views are in the distance. You can see a picture-perfect shot of the World Trade Center in Lower Manhattan. Right in front of us is the Williamsburg Bridge. You can see people walking and running over it. You know, my favorite thing though about Williamsburg is Domino Park. It's a vibrant 6-acre public park right on the waterfront. Sits along New York City's East River. It's really nice. It sits on the original historic site of the former Domino sugar refinery. Wow, look at this cool new development. This is brand new, but they've managed to keep the architecture kind of in tune with the neighborhood. This is really cool. That's the water to the south. We're about to walk directly under the Williamsburg Bridge. And here's the bus stop where you can get the B32 and the Q59 bus. We're right on South 5th Street. And we're gonna make a left here and head down by the waterfront. Again, lots of really beautiful buildings here. I mean, look at these, right on the corner. You can see the old Williamsburg and the new Williamsburg all in one shot. I really like this building with the nice stoop here and that big bright blue door. It is very loud here, so I'm not too sure how well you're going to be able to sleep living right here. And it's very windy. This looks like a coffee shop and motorbike store. Called Jane, in between South 5th and South 4th Street.
Where's your name, son? Abraham.
As we head towards Domino Park, it's going to become a really, really fun area. Here's brand new developments too. We'll start to head down towards the water. Look at how unique those units are. Lots of outdoor space too. Here we have the Woods Bar. Almost has a little bit of vibes in terms of Greenpoint, Brooklyn, which we'll have to film a walking tour there. Greenpoint, Brooklyn has really been gentrified over the last decade. I used to live in Greenpoint, right off of DuPont Street. And that's right as you go over the Pulaski Bridge from Queens to Brooklyn. You have a cool wine and spirit shop here. Looks like they're setting up for a big concert here. This is now Kent Avenue. You're going to have a lot of luxury rentals all up and down Kent. As well as Domino Square. Look at how cool this is. This area has really been a boom. That's a really cool view. Here essentially you have luxury apartments all up and down Kent. Like you can see these here. Luxury swimming pools inside your apartment, you can see here. You have swimming pools on the roof with really great views of the Williamsburg Bridge. I mean, they really have everything here. And this is 325 Kent right here. where you have more luxury rentals. Now, 325 Kent Avenue is a premier luxury rental apartment building located in South Williamsburg, Brooklyn. It is the first building completed as part of the acclaimed Domino development and is directly adjacent to Domino Park and overlooks the Williamsburg Bridge. You can even see how they have some places to eat, some coffee shops in the basement. Very cool. Now, the building was completed in 2017, 17 stories in total with about 500 units. They include studios, one bedrooms, and two bedroom apartments. One bedrooms there rent for around $5,495. Now this is where things get really nice. You have great views of Lower Manhattan. As we enter Domino Park. Looks like they're having some Jeep event.
Cut it. Checking with you.
You have to see this place on a Saturday or a Sunday in the summer. It is so nice. Here's one more shot looking back at 325 Kent. And now we're standing right outside the original Domino Sugar Factory.
Check it, 1, 2.
What an amazing building that is.
Can you guys just make some noise? Some of this band, Pakistani, some of this, some of this, some of that.
If you look to your left, check out these views of Manhattan. You can see the Empire State Building, the entire Hudson Yards development. It's really quite impressive. So if you live or you rent in one of these apartments, you have all of this beautiful park to take advantage of. As you look to the right, you're going to be able to see 432 Park Avenue, 270 Park Avenue, the Chrysler Building, Central Park Tower, and One Vanderbilt, all in one shot. Just an amazing, amazing place here. Look at that. Now, the Domino Sugar Factory in Williamsburg, Brooklyn was once the largest and most productive sugar refinery in the world. It traces all the way back to 1856. The refinery was a major industrial hub along the East River, and at its peak, it refined about 4 million pounds of sugar daily, processing roughly 98% of the sugar consumed in the United States. A lot of people don't know this, but the original refinery was destroyed by fire in 1882. Now, this view, you're going to be able to see Tribeca and the World Trade Center. If I zoom in here, you're going to see Dumbo, Brooklyn with Olympia Dumbo, the Manhattan Bridge, and the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah, they're like sound.
I think they're doing a sound check over there, but I'm not really a big fan of loud noises. I don't know why. It's so nice to take in the waterfront though here. They have a little taco stand, children's playgrounds. They really have everything.
There's a life band.
We'll loop up this way and wrap around. And to the right, you can see yet more luxury apartments. And we're sitting on the construction site of a soon-to-be luxury apartment complex with more luxury apartments in the distance. This is an amazing spot to come to on the weekends when the weather's nice. Just picture perfect views. You can see this construction site is going to be home right on River Street to a brand new mixed-use building. Pretty soon, before you know it, Williamsburg is going to have its own distinct, recognizable skyline. Let's now get back on Kent Avenue and we'll loop back around. I just wanted to show everybody the Domino Park just because it's so beautiful. I just can't get over how they redeveloped the Domino Sugar Factory. Isn't that amazing? You have a mix of old architecture and new architecture there. Here you can see again, waterfront luxury living in Williamsburg. 1 South First. There's a nice husky right there. This is right on the corner of Grand Street. You can really tell it's a trendy neighborhood. A lot of these nice cafes, coffee shops are coming in. This is called Two Hands. And look at how cool the architecture is here. It reminds me a teeny bit, not a lot, but a little bit of 432 Park Avenue with those massive 10-foot by 10-foot windows. Pretty cool. We'll head northbound since we have the light. Wow, look at how cool this is. I really like the door. Check that out. It really feels like a fall day here in New York City. However, they say tomorrow is supposed to be right back in the 80s. It's only cold and rainy for a short time due to the Hurricane Aaron. Guys, check out how cool this is. So you can see some of the older homes, but some of the brand new remodeled townhomes here. Check out that outdoor space at the top. This has such a vibe, I'm telling you, right of Greenpoint, Brooklyn, which we'll have to film a walk in and of itself. Oh, here we're coming up on a coffee shop called Devotion. This is actually pretty good. I really do like this coffee shop. They also have another location in Dumbo, Brooklyn. So check it out, Devotion. Here you can see some more of the kind of little boutiques and such. This looks to be another coffee shop, Loaf on Paper. It's like a little cafe. See, that's why I love New York. Just you could find hidden gems all over the place. I think I may grab a coffee there when I'm finished filming this tour. Now, there's going to be 3-part series to the Williamsburg walking tours because it's impossible to fit it all in one. Here you can see more redevelopment here. Very cool. I mean, look at how crazy the architecture is on this building. I wonder what it looks like living in an apartment on the sides. That's crazy. That's the one south one. That's incredible. Then you have some of the original buildings mixed in with a lot of the new development. It's quite interesting. One of my favorite coffee shops used to be in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. It was called Upstate Stock. Now, I'm not too sure what happened to it, but I believe it closed down, and I think they said they're going to open up another location, so I'll have to do some research into that. But if you're interested in it, try to check it out. It's called Upstate Stock. It's very, very cool. This is now Metropolitan Avenue here. This is a really unique new development, 9193 Metropolitan Avenue. These are pretty cool Harleys. across the street, you have Jack's wife, Freda, which is a popular establishment. They have a location in Soho. And they appear to also have a location here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Very cool. This is now North 3rd Street. All right, everyone, if you enjoyed part 1 of Williamsburg, Brooklyn, a part of a 3-part series, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and as always, we will see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.